Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. March 15th, 2021, the 25th season finale of The Bachelor. If you didn't know, Matt James chose Rachel Kirkconnell to receive his final rose. However, when Chris Harrison handed out his final tray of roses that night, I don't think any of us were ready for what could really have no competition as the messiest breakup in reality television history that was to come. The breakup of Chris Harrison and the Bachelor franchise as a whole. This past Tuesday, just less than 24 hours after Katie Thurston began her journey to find love as the first of two bachelorettes this year, Deadline broke the story that after tense exit negotiations between Harrison and his power attorney Brian Friedman, plus ABC and Warner Brothers Television, Harrison would be leaving the Bachelor franchise with a $25 million payout, contingent on the fact that he keeps his mouth quiet. Well, I have some emotions about that, and I'll tell you my emotions as we go over this Bachelorettes Unite feature in this issue of People magazine from April 22nd, 2019, which I picked up for $1.99. I'm showing you this story first in lieu of showing you the cover first, because really it wouldn't make much sense to show the cover because it's kind of irrelevant to the topics I'm going to bring up and the highlights I'm going to feature in here. A dozen bachelorettes came together, with the exception of Season 2's Meredith Phillips and Season 3's Jen Shift, to reminisce about their journeys to find love with the help of Chris Harrison and, of course, the Bachelor family. Former bachelorettes look back on what they've learned as they celebrate their journeys to find happily ever after. This article is by Ali Nahaz, one of People magazine's resident Bachelor experts. We have Trista Sutter, Deanna Stagliano, Jillian Harris, Ali Fedotowsky-Matto, Ashley Rosenbaum, Emily Maynard-Johnson, Desiree Siegfried, Andy Dorfman, Caitlin Bristow, JoJo Fletcher, Rachel Lindsay, and Becca Kufrin. So for the most part, in chronological order here. Caitlin Bristow, by the way, is co-host along with Tayshia Adams of Katie's Journey to Find Love on this season of The Bachelorette. Again, the first of two seasons airing this year. One summer season, one fall season. Each of their features here have a professional photo taken for the photo shoot for the article and a headshot when they were selected to serve as the Bachelorette for their respective seasons. They give you a brief rundown of their journey and the outcome, who they chose to select, who they chosen to receive their final roles. And of course, every season of The Bachelorette ended in an engagement. Some made their way to the altar, Trista Sutter being the first among them, Ashley Rosenbaum, and Desiree Siegfried, alongside Rachel Lindsay. Others did not. But you'll read about that and much more about their lives now. And now as in the date of publication of this issue of People, April 22nd, 2019, where you read these statistics here. It's a fine article, plenty of gorgeous photography of all the smoking hot bachelorettes, and it is worth your time. Now, as for my thoughts on Chris Harrison's permanent departure from the franchise, well, you probably know my thoughts on his colossal error in judgment without even thinking about it during his interview with Rachel Lindsay regarding Rachel Kirkconnell in a Antebellum-themed party that she attended. Just the tiniest error in judgment, without even thinking about it, especially in these times, can be magnified tenfold and turned into a colossal, tabloid-like disaster, resulting in numerous, just awful ramifications. This being the lowest blow yet, Chris Harrison's permanent departure. But as a silver lining to all of this, it seems that for the most part, there is plenty of red rosé under the bridge, as several bachelors and bachelorettes took to social media to express their gratitude to Chris Harrison for helping them on their journeys to find their Mr. or Mrs. Right. Where does Chris go from here? I have no idea. But I must say, to the woke police and the social justice warriors, I hope you're happy. Yes, granted, Chris Harrison was in need of a spiritual detox, that is going to be ongoing, but now it's going to be pretty much forever. I wish the best for Chris Harrison, and in fairness, I do wish the best for Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell. What a couple of characters they are. The 25th season of The Bachelor is definitely historic for the right and wrong reasons. And considering this news came just one day after I posted my Tournament of Wine and Roses Parade, special roses and rose-fed edition of TSR, it just still boggles the mind. The next highlight is in music. Billie Eilish. Her Grammy Award-winning album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? After gaining viral steam with a Gen Z following, the 17-year-old makes good on her enormous promise with this disturbing debut album. The songs range from macabre pop, Bury a Friend, to warped balladry, When the Party's Over, to clattering cacophony, You Should See Me in a Crown. This swept the Grammys and gained Billie Eilish 5 Grammy Awards. She recently won her 6th for No Time to Die. I bring Billie Eilish up once again because she will be featured on TSR once again in a different light. Yep, you're looking at March's issue of Vanity Fair with Billie on the cover. This, however, was purchased for 99 cents. It's the second Billie Eilish magazine I've bought, the first time from the thrift store. You might recall that I bought the previous Billie Eilish magazine, Vogue, I believe, retail from the Barnes & Noble alongside Cosmopolitan with Lucy Hale on the cover. You'll see this hopefully next weekend or maybe in October when No Time to Die is released, hopefully, because next week Billie Eilish will be performing as one of 3 artists for the Amazon Prime Day concert alongside H.E.R., recent Academy Award winner for Judas and the Black Messiah, and Kid Cudi. Finally, just for fun, I want to bring you a People Magazine crossword. Now, I gotta get my thoughts on Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary. Well, that just is a fine kettle of fish for the mind. I mean, Demi Lovato, as far as I know, was one of this generation's past Disney sex symbols with an exceptional amount of talent to boot. And if she was to stay that way, I bet she would have blended into the limelight a bit more than standing out in the limelight. And she would just be another pretty face in the crowd. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean they would just be another pretty face in the crowd. Again, she's non-binary. We have to respect their wishes to identify them as such. So, best of luck to Debbie. At least you're comfortable in your own skin now more than ever before. And with that, this issue of People Magazine earns 1.5 out of 5 claps. Chris, I don't know where you go from here, but just remember this. When you get to the other side of the reality TV rainbow, the streets of heaven will be lined with red rose petals for you, me, and all of God's bachelors and bachelorettes to be. Best of luck. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stop and smell the roses, Bachelor Nation. And please, just take some time and smell them a little more deeply in honor of our fallen comrade, fallen from grace. I'll catch you on the thrift side.